Welcome to Trixie Sticks Knives. This channel used to be a gun channel, but I am switching it to a knife channel. I made this background just with a bunch of empty boxes. So that's my background, so don't steal it. Today, I wanted to go over this knife right here. It's called Condor's Revenge. It's by Frost Cutlery. This is actually a really awesome knife. Frost Cutlery has been around for a very long time. There's a lot of or probably not a lot of videos, but there is some videos on YouTube that will go over the history of Frost Cutlery. I'm not really going to do that today. I'm just going to go over this knife, things I like about it, etc. I got some calipers and we'll get some measurements on it and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and get into it. Why I like this knife. One, it's really ergonomic, as you can see there. If I can get in the right spot, you can see how it just kind of cradles your hand back there, and same thing with up here in the front. Now this right here is the button to release the liner lock right there. So at first I was like, well, that might be an issue, but it's actually not. As you can see there, my finger's nowhere near it. And even if you choke up on this knife, your middle finger would be there, but you have to press really deep to get this to unlock. You see what I mean? So this one did come with a pocket clip, but I took it off. It was right here. It was a tip down pocket clip. I really am not a fan of tip down, so what I like to do with tip down is immediately take them off, and then I add a lanyard. This is the only reason I would ever add a lanyard to any knife, most likely. I also would add one if I'm doing some really heavy or hard work, some really heavy work. I use them so they're useful, and this is the way you should use a lanyard. Is it should be about this long, and you should basically be able to put your hand through it like this to actually use it. You know what I mean? So it's wrapped around your hand, so you're not going to let go of it on accident, the blade, if you're like really working. I totally recommend this knife. It really is awesome. The way I carry it is just it down in my pocket, which you need to be a little mindful on this one. I carry it just like this. So this part right here is at the back of my pocket, and then this cord here, it comes up out of my pocket, so this is straight up. And then at the top of my pocket, what I'll do is I'll pull this and tuck this part back in my back pocket, and then you'll just see this part coming out of my pants right here. You'll just see this yellow piece. So that's kind of cool. And then it'll end up coming out of my back pants usually, and then you'll just see this piece will be sticking out. And that's what I'm aiming for, is just to be able to get a hold of it quickly and pull it out if I need it. This is more of a self-defense style knife, so that's why I also put this on there. Or if you're doing some really hard work with it, you would want to, put something around your wrist just to give you a little more security. And it does. It does help. So I definitely recommend, if you're going to add lanyards, try and do it like somewhat like this. Some people will have it. I'm not good with knots. All I did right here is just put a bunch of knots at the end. But some people that are way more proficient in knots than I am, they'll have one of those loose style knots, so you can slide it up and down to make it like more loose or more wide. But I just needed it good enough so I can get my hand in there, and then that way I can tuck it in my back pocket, and the only thing you see is just a little stripe. So let's go ahead and get a measurement on this blade. It really is a nice wicked looking blade. Absolutely love this thing. Now the top there, it's not sharp, but they did not knock these ends off, so just beware of that. They're very sharp ends, but they're not like, you know, they haven't been sharpened. So this is what I like to use just because it's what I got. And it works. The blade's right around about 3 points. Well, the entire blade up to the handle's 4.25, but the actual cutting edge is coming in at right around 3.75. It really has a great feel in your hand. I mean, it just does, and you can choke up a little bit, which is nice. You can reverse flick with it also. I'll try to do that on camera here. You can reverse flick, or you can slow roll. Real easy to just slowly come out with it. When I first got it, I needed to just tighten up these 3 screws right here on both sides, and then it was just about excellent. I just needed to tighten this one up right here, just so it wasn't, it doesn't have much of a detent. I mean, it does, but I just needed it to hold it a little bit better. You know what I mean? It's more of that friction detent. I don't think there's an actual ball or anything, but it does hold in there well. Like, you can't really shake it out. Like, it came out a little bit when I shook down on it, but it's never come out in my pocket or anything. You just have to be wary, because when it's in your pocket like this, if you come down, it's not that any of these edges are going to cut you right here, but if you come back up, they're sharp. So you just, it's not that they've been sharpened, they just haven't been knocked off. And that's an easy fix if you got some sandpaper or a Dremel, if it's that big of a deal. But like I said, I've never had a problem, and I've been carrying this for about a month now. It really is an awesome knife. I wish it was a tip up, but it's just not. So that's my advice on anyone who does not like tip down. Take it off, actually don't launch the clip. Keep the clip, because you never know, you might need that clip down the road. I got a bag full of clips that are tipped down, and I just don't like that. So I just more or less make my own clip, but with a little added upgrade of, hey, it'll even, one is paracord, so you got that, and then you got, like, it'll let you hold the knife a little bit better. And it looks kind of cool if you can get a, you know, a cool color. I just happen to have that, so I used it. But it's I'll try to get some close-ups here so you can kind of see it. This is definitely one of those style knives. This is an it's one of the ones you wouldn't see made anymore, because there's these holes right here that, yeah, you know, if you were I guess a ding dong, you can probably fit your pinky in there. Like, I can barely fit my pinky. Like, you shouldn't be able to cut yourself, but they don't do this anymore, really. So that's another kind of cool thing. It's kind of like a blast from the past, something a lot of makers don't do that, just because of lawsuits, I'm sure, and stuff like that. But yeah, I totally recommend this one. It locks up really good. You can see there. Locks up really nice. It's locked up. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you about that. I did have to, like, when I told you I had to turn that to tighten it a little bit, and when I tightened all these down first and then I went to this one, that's when everything kind of came together, I guess you could say, because it just seemed like everything wasn't coming together, and I'm like, this thing's just kind of acting weird, what's going on? And then I tested the screws and found that some of them were loose, so I'm like, all right, cool, that's probably the problem. So I tightened everything down, and then now it's just great. I mean, it really is a great knife. I couldn't recommend it enough, I really couldn't. Let's go ahead and get some calipers on it. tell you some more measurements. Oh, I didn't give you an overall. I guess I could do that since we're here. Overall is 9.5, and the handle is 5.5. I'm just giving you, guess, you know, if it's a little off, I'm giving you this, the majority of it. If I'll either go up or round up or round down, whatever's closer. So let's see here. Let's get the handle since we're already on that. The handle's coming in at 0.5 and some change. Let's get the millimeter on that there blade. Is 2.5. I mean, it's a good little blade. It's definitely a slicey blade. It's definitely thinner than, I personally would want it just a little bit thicker, but that's just me. But it's nice. I mean, I can't knock this thing. This is definitely one of my, I won't say better Frost Cutlery items, but it's definitely one I really, really like. I carry it quite often. I just never have a problem with it. It comes ridiculously sharp. Maybe not ridiculously sharp, but it comes sharp. Like, you don't want to mess around with that one. And I mean, it's really, it's comfortable in the hand. I mean, you can see right there in my hand, it just kind of melts in there. So, and you can come up here like that. You just have to be mindful of, if you're gonna go forward, it's gonna be real grabby, to the point of overly, you know, possibly, if you're gonna really be, you know, going at something, you're probably gonna hurt yourself. So doing something, you know, just a little bit is fine, but if you're going this motion, it's gonna possibly grip into your skin very aggressively. So you would want to watch that, and you can see it. You know, it's pretty apparent what's going on there. Nice Frost Cutlery stamp. And yes, it is. Where is it? Where is it? I am sure it's on there. It's made in China. So yeah, that's something you might see on this channel. There's going to be China, there's going to be USA, there's going to be all kinds of stuff, and if that bothers you, I guess this isn't the channel for you. Let's see, I got that. Oh, I did want to get a weight on it. Another thing I'm going to try to do on the channel is just try and take my time, and if the video gets long, it gets long. I'm just not gonna worry about it. Let's see, let's zero this out. I believe that's ounces. I'll leave the lanyard off. So it's right around 4 ounces. I don't know if that string's weighing it down at all. Yeah, right around 4 ounces. And I mean, it doesn't, you barely feel it in your pocket. I mean, it's very thin profile. I know it is a little wide right here. Let's get a caliper on that. It is a little wide. It's about 2 inches wide. But it doesn't bother me at all, and carrying it like this, it just seems to kind of conform with your pocket. And the way I have it set up here with this, it's always more or less like this in my pocket, and then this string is coming straight up, and then it comes out, and then I tuck this part into my back pocket, so this is all you see. Just trying to explain that again so I don't get questions. So yeah, anything else I can think about this knife? Not really. It's swings open real nice. You can do the spidey flick, thumb flick. It's pretty easy to do. It's different. It's definitely different. It's trying to think what else to say about it. It's one of my favorite frost cutlery knives, that's for sure. I do have a few though, as far as favorites go. So this is definitely one of my favorites for sure. It's right here. That's the box for it. So yeah, that's kind of my, I guess, intro to this channel. I've just kind of collaged this stuff together to make the background look somewhat different. Everyone's background seems a little different, and I just wanted to do this. I wanted to do just that. I wanted to be, do something a little bit different than everybody else. So I might go in and out as far as like, I think I'm gonna maybe come out a little bit. I'm not sure yet, because you can't see like these two down here, and there's like a couple up there. So I don't know. We'll see how this one turns out. But all right, I'll go ahead and hop off here. You guys take care.